but Aunt Mattie didn't even look their way. The back seat was full of boxes. "Are you and Mattie talking yet?" He watched his sister pull up to the parsonage. "Are you?" She tried to forgive her aunt for almost drowning her, trying to baptize the gift right out of her. But Mattie had done everything in her power to make that nigh on impossible. Uncle Ash laughed. "That's a whole nother story. Let's declare a truce for Christmas. With Mattie. With everyone." He fished the packet of Luckies out of his coat pocket. "With ourselves." He got that faraway look in his eye. Sometimes Uncle Ash disappeared without leaving. "A Christmas truce." Bone groaned. "That's easy for you to do, seeing as you're retreating to the beach." She instantly regretted it. Uncle Ash flinched. He tossed the packet into the truck, checked the other tie-downs, and then reached across the big dogs to pull something out of the glove box. "I didn't mean it that way," Bone said, as he rounded the front of the truck and kicked a tire. He was the last person on Earth Bone wanted to hurt. "Forever girl, did I ever tell you about the Christmas truce of 1914? He took out 2 peppermint sticks from the little paper sack in his hand and handed Bone one. Sticking a slim book in his coat pocket, he motioned for her to sit on the running board with him. She happily obliged. "The war had been going on for 6 months or so. The Brits, French, and Germans were all dug in Flanders." It was part of Belgium, he explained. He was still in Canada at the time, training with the Expeditionary, and they didn't get to the trenches until months later. But he'd met men who'd been there that Christmas. Uncle Ash sucked on a peppermint stick for a long moment. "Our trenches were only a few hundred yards from the Germans. In between, there was this barren ground called a no man's land, marked off with razor wire. On Christmas Eve, the Brits heard the Germans singing." As the church choir started up with the same hymn again, Uncle Ash paused to listen. He smiled. "They were singing this song, 'Oh, Holy Night,' only in German. The Brits joined in. After the singing died down, one of the Jerrys yelled, 'Tomorrow, we no shoot, you no shoot.'" "Did they?" Bone bit into her peppermint stick. "Not shoot, I mean?" "Sure enough. Come Christmas morning, the line was as quiet as church on Saturday night." Uncle Ash caught a white flake on his tongue. "Soldiers on both sides started popping their heads up over the trenches. Brits and Germans alike wandered out into no man's land. Men were soon swapping liquor and cigarettes and chocolate bars with each other. They laughed and showed each other photos of their wives and children. They sang more Christmas carols. Each side buried their dead. In some places, I heard, they even kicked a ball around." "Was it the whole army?" She had a hard time picturing the soldiers setting aside their guns, even for Christmas. "No," Uncle Ash said. "The brass, the generals and officers, didn't like it one bit. They even took pot shots at the Jerrys trying to break the truce." He stood up and brushed off his dungarees. "And peace didn't break out again. Leastwise, not until November 11th, 1918. He stroked his dog tags as he talked. She'd seen them before, many times. He had 2 silver discs tied to an old leather cord around his neck. One of the discs was a bit bigger and a different shape, an oval, really. They'd seen a lot since 1914. Ash raised an eyebrow at her and quickly tucked them back into his red flannel shirt. "Remember what I said about these?" He'd told her never to touch them, and Bone had no desire to. She didn't want to see a war that still left Uncle Ash shaken nearly 25 years later. "Why didn't they never have a Christmas truce again?" she asked. Uncle Ash took a long drag on his peppermint stick and then flicked it to the ground, grinding it under his boot like a cigarette. "Sometimes peace takes more courage than war," he finally said. He looked up into the sky for a moment, letting a few flakes